Howdy, folks! Welcome back to the Appala region, the Appalachia-based Fakemon design passion project of mine. Today, I'll be showing off some designs for some early route Pokemon, and I hope you guys enjoy. For the early route rodent, we have Shadowkit, the Whistle Pig Pokemon, being a normal and dark type, with the abilities Run Away and Shadow Tag. These paranoid Pokemon fear everything is out to get them, constantly looking over its shoulders, but never brave enough to confront the fears lurking behind it. Here in these parts, there's a whole holiday for groundhogs. It derives from the Pennsylvania Dutch superstition that if a groundhog emerges from its burrow and sees its shadow, it will retreat to its den, and winter will go on for 6 more weeks. If it does not see its shadow, spring will arrive early. For this concept, I took that and I went, oh, what if a little guy was afraid of seeing the shadow? And the fear of the unknown holds it back from living a full life. I gave it the dark type versus the ground type to show how much power that fear has over this Pokemon. This Pokemon can still dig, but it's mostly as a means to retreat into the darkness. Shadowkit will evolve into Silarodent, the groundhog Pokemon, keeping that normal dark typing with the abilities Kudchu and Shadow Tag. Finally working up the courage to look behind it, Silarodent has become a fearless Pokemon. Still unknown whether its tail has a mind of its own or not. I wanted to show an evolution of character when building off of Shadowkit. Once you're able to finally face your fears of the unknown, I wanted to show that there's no use running from the mysterious figure that looms behind us all. It will always be there, and for Silarodent, the fear of not experiencing what life has to offer is what drives it. Design-wise, this is something I definitely would like to go back and rework a bit, but we have this little face pattern in its ears that make eyeballs and its nose looking like a mouth to show that, it's still, it's powered by that fear instead of controlled by it. And moving on to the early bird starter, we have Dakino, the fluke Pokemon, flying and fairy, with the abilities Anticipation and Oblivious. Having a Dakino on your team is said to bring you good luck. This Pokemon loves new things, which leads to its spoiled nature. So the Cardinal is the state bird of Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, and a lot of other places over here. Kentucky being the hotspot for horse gambling. Gambling most of the time involves cards. A full thing of cards can be called a deck. A deck is also what they call a group of cardinals. Cardinals often seen as a sign of good luck or death. All the pieces were just there to bring this concept together, and I just went for it. Dakino evolves into Coupier, the chance Pokemon, keeping the flying and fairy type, with the ability Anticipation and Opportunist. A Coupier's collection size determines its value amongst its peers, as it's believed that stash size reflects luck. These perceptive Pokemon are quick learners, but aren't interested in anything unless there's something to gain. For the teenage stage, I wanted to make it very showmanshipy and seemingly disciplined, as if trying to make itself seem cool under pressure. Many of those traits are similar to what it takes to be a good croupier, which is what it's based off of, with the bow from Dakino growing out into a full vest look. For the final stage of this line, we have Rougelette, the risk Pokemon, keeping the flying and fairy type, with the abilities Anticipation and Opportunist. Rougelette sees life as one big game, which leads them to putting everything on the line in battle. The only thing the Pokemon loves more than its gambling is its trainer. I felt like a good way to build off the concept of a gambling bird running a game would be making the bird become the game. From the heart, head, crest, the tail and feet, to the roulette board wings. I might redesign this later on so that the wings separate at the ends to be more feather-like. I'd also change the pose to be more natural. But overall, I like how this turned out. I also had this idea for giving them alternative forms based off the different house of cards. We have the hearts, clover, spade, and diamonds, with the clover and spades being female due to the male cardinals being the vibrant red ones in real life. Okay, that's all for that. And now for the bug. We have Nymphiddle, the chirp Pokemon, with the bug and normal typing, and the abilities Leaf Guard and Technician. Nymphiddle love playing with the sounds it can make from its body. It uses its antenna like dulcimer strings and plucks at it with its powerful back legs. Its name comes from nymph and fiddle, despite it actually being based on a mountain dulcimer, which is a folk string instrument from Appalachia. I also wanted Nymphiddle to have mandibles shaped like a mustache to point the nostalgic scene of an old man playing music on his front porch, looking out past the wind. Nymphiddle evolved into Katydiddle, the old rocker Pokemon, bug and normal typing, with the abilities Leaf Guard and Technician. This Pokemon can be seen rocking on its back legs, swaying to the tunes of young Nymphiddle. Katydiddle are now masters of their craft and love freestyling music together. It was a struggle and a half to combine the design elements of a katydid and a dulcimer, but I somehow was able to add a rocking chair, an old man, music notes, and the sun setting past the mountains to this design. I imagine Katydiddle and Cricketune would be playing music together all the time outside. So cute. I hope you enjoyed your 2-stage starting bug. I'm sorry, it's not a 3-stager. Forgive me. I'll make it up to you with an early route plant Pokemon? Okay, here's Coconut, the happy kernel Pokemon, a pure grass type, with the ability Super Luck and Rain Dish. Coconut love to help out, but often get in the way more than anything. Legend has it that seeing a wild coconut means a baby is soon to be born, and this has scared many young girls for decades. This Pokemon is based off of the seeds of goldenrods, which is a Kentucky state plant. It is also based off of Kokopelli, who is a fertility deity that resides over childbirth and agriculture. A trickster god that represents the spirit of music, having little leafy feet that curl up like jester shoes. I swear I'm cooking with this one, y'all. Look at it! Look at it! Tell me I'm not cooking here! This is Flacoco, the helpful bud Pokemon. Pure grass type with the ability Super Luck and Rain Dish. Flacoco supports its friends with inspiring tunes it has learned to make with its trumpet suckle flower. It's said that these Pokemon can lead you to treasure, but it's likely just being mischievous. Not only is this the early grass Pokemon, this is going to be that line of feminine humanoid plants like your Serenas and your Lilligants. Moving on from a fro-like hairdo, now sporting a Bantu knot-looking flower bud. Flacoco, now carrying this trumpet honeysuckle, which is a native honeysuckle to eastern North America, not to get confused with the more yellow invasive kind, which the shiny version is sporting. Here she is, my darling, my diva, my queen, Solicoco, the enchanting rod Pokemon, one of my favorite designs so far, pure grass type, with the abilities Super Luck, Rain Dish, and Drizzle. Solicoco being the rain, bring the rain, with its trumpet to help other Pokemon flourish. This Pokemon bring good fortune and prosperity to anyone who can manage to hear its song to completion without falling asleep. Name is based on the scientific name for goldenrod, Solidago. I think I said that right. In a world where it wouldn't bother me to do so, I would imagine Solicoco being a grass fairy or grass normal type. There's just too many repeating types so far, so I just can't. Just know that spiritually, it has all 3 types. I hope this design can keep up with the other girlies. Okay, I have one more thing for you. Last but not least, I'm gonna give you guys a Pikachu clone to compensate with the lack of 3-stage Pokemon lines this video. This is Prosecute, the shock Pokemon, electric and ghost type, with the abilities Lightning Rod and Rattled. Prosecute have adapted to their extremely unlucky lives by getting life energy from lightning strikes. This Pokemon often faint from embarrassment. They may not be rodents, but I thought turning one of the popular trash cats that roam these parts into the Pikachu clone would be cute. I was tied between a skunk, a raccoon, and a possum. While thinking about how either of these would fit the electric type, the best I fell onto was the possum, not only because they're just anxious little guys, which remind me of how like you get the jitters and how it can feel like a charge of energy when you get anxious, But also, like, I swear I've seen more dead possums than living possums around here. So I was like, oh my god, let's make an angsty reanimated possum corpse Pokemon powered by electricity. I made the tail look like a reversed Pikachu tail, and the eyeballs make it look like it had way too much coffee. This guy's just in a constant state of movement, and I hope that got across. So yeah, that's all. So I wanted to show off some cool art I got on Art Fight last year by the amazing Slith Angel and Aaron Wolf. Slowly but surely, I will get this video editing stuff down because I want to make this experience as pleasant as possible. Thank you for being patient with me on this journey. I'm sorry it's not that great. I just want to, yeah. Thank you for being here and supporting me, guys. Next video, look forward to seeing some fossil Pokemon, and that's all for now. Okay, bye.